What's up, guys? Kate was here today to do my review for Survivor Series 2013. And overall, I gotta say, I was pretty pleased with this pay-per-view, even though I didn't have much confidence going into it, considering that they didn't really build this pay-per-view as strongly as they should have, considering that Survivor Series is one of their major pay-per-views. But I was pretty satisfied with what we got. It could have been better, but still, the matches were really exciting. The crowd was into a lot of the matches, so I don't really have that many complaints except for the main event, which I get to near the end of this review. So the kickoff match in this pay-per-view was The Miz versus Kofi Kingston. The Miz turned heel recently. Good for him. Like I said, he's one of those guys who works as a heel that is natural for him. So it's a good idea that he finally, turned heel. And the match was okay, nothing really special that we've seen from these two. And The Miz won clean, but then Kofi slaps him in the end when The Miz offers a handshake to Kofi. So I don't know if this feud is going to continue or they're going to push on something with The Miz, because I think that The Miz deserves a shot to possibly be a main eventer again. Because let's be honest, think about it, people. He main evented WrestleMania 27. He did. He main evented. He was the WWE champion, the defending WWE champion, and even though the whole interference with The Rock and everything, he beat John Cena. He beat the face of the company. The Miz was WWE champion, and it's like ever since he lost the title, he hasn't really been doing much. I mean, he's won the IC title, but it's like he hasn't really been consistent. So maybe this is an opportunity for the Miz to finally, do something. Uh, Being a top heel again, because they need top heels. Because Del Rio, he's not cutting it. I'm sorry, but Del Rio's just too boring. I'd rather see the Miz than going for championship opportunities than Del Rio at this point. So after that, then we had the opening match, which was a traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination tag team match. We had the Shield and the Real Americans versus the Usos, Cody Rhodes, Goldust, and Rey Mysterio. And I gotta say, the star in this match was Roman Reigns. I mean, I knew that he was going to be dominant in this match, but he took out not one, not two, but four guys. Four guys he took out. And I was really surprised that he actually took out that many competitors. But I thought that that was a good way, a good starting point to when he breaks away from the Shield. Because they probably might do something like, Roman Reigns might realize that he doesn't really need Rollins and Ambrose, that he can go on alone. I mean, if you take out four guys in a Survivor Series match, hey, I'm pretty sure I would be pretty confident I can do anything by myself. And the match itself was really good. It's surprising that Ambrose was the first one to get eliminated, and they might do a feud with Ambrose and Reigns in the future for the U.S. title, because Ambrose, he really needs to start defending that belt more often and get into a real feud with it, because it's like when Kurt Axel was the IC champion. Even though he was a good wrestler and people liked the idea, if you're not going to do anything with the belt, then what's the point? And there were times where Axel didn't really defend the belt as much, and Ambrose doesn't really defend the belt at all. You know, I mean, the last pay-per-view, the only reason why he did defend it was because Axel was injured against Biggie Langston. So hopefully they do something with Ambrose. But Roman Reigns was really dominant. The crowd was into it. I was into Roman Reigns, and he's really going to be a big star when he breaks part of the singles career, guaranteed. And I like how in the end it was him against the two veterans, Rey Mysterio and Goldust, and it was him against Rey Mysterio, and he took out Rey with a spear, 1, 2, 3. And the crowd was behind Roman Reigns, so they did a good job. This was a good starting point and something memorable that people will remember of Roman Reigns in the future. And the next match after this was the Intercontinental Championship match, Biggie Langston versus Kurt Axel. We all knew Biggie was going to win this one. I mean, it would be stupid if he did lose the IC title after just winning it on Raw. It was pretty cheesy though at the end though. Biggie Langston, he was trying to get over with the crowd by mentioning how he's a champion, just how the Boston Red Sox, they were world champions in baseball. That was a little cheesy, trying to get over with the crowd. But yeah, like I said, I don't know what to do with Curtis Axel at this point. Uh, I really don't know, where does he go from here. Does he go back to Jobberville? But hopefully that doesn't happen with him. Maybe they'll try something. But it's just they gave him the IC title. They gave him Paul Heyman. They put him in important storylines with CM Punk, and it's like he's not being the big star that he should have been. It's pretty little disappointing. And then after this match, it was the traditional Survivor Series match with the Divas, where you had a cast of Total Divas versus AJ Lee and the other Divas that aren't featured on the show. This match was a little entertaining. I liked it. It was one thing when Summer Rae was dancing with Nikki Bella, showing off her dance moves, and it was funny to see that. Also, with Eva Marie, man, she got booed bad. I mean, people did not want her in the match at all, but she got taken out quickly. But still, man, people were like, you can't wrestle. But immediately when they started, she got eliminated, so people were happy. One is also JoJo was actually getting a little. The crowd was sending for JoJo. They wanted her. They see her in the ring. And what I heard from her, after her first match, she's not that bad in the ring. Apparently, she didn't really do much though. She got eliminated by Tamina quickly. But Natalya looked strong. She took out Tamina and AJ at the end, made them both tap out. And Natalya and Nikki Bella were both the survivors, which was cool to see. And I think in the future we'll see Natalya versus AJ for the Divas title, and hopefully Natalya wins the Divas Championship because I think she deserves it of all the Divas. Um, and it's time for AJ to lose the belt. She's been champion for a long time now, when you really think about it. And after this match, it was Ryback had did an open challenge, and we saw the return of Mark Henry. Mark Henry beats Ryback. Regular big guy match. It was cool to see Mark Henry with this cool haircut. I still think he looks like a badass, being having a bald head. But the question is now, what do you do with Ryback? Because Ryback had a lot of momentum last year, and it's like ever since he lost to CM Punk in Hell in a Cell, he's been just going down. They turned him heel for no reason, and now he's just having this bully character, and it's just I really don't know. What do you do with a Ryback at this point? I wonder what you think. Thoughts down below. What do you guys think should happen to Ryback now that he's just consistently losing pay-per-views? He's not really doing much, really. I mean, do you put him in a feud now with Big E Langston for the IC title? Who knows? Then after this match, we had the World Championship match, John Cena versus Del Rio for the World title. We all knew, people, that John Cena was going to lose in his hometown. Let's be honest. It was hometown in Boston. He was not going to lose to Del Rio, and I'm glad that Cena won. And these two should not touch at all for like a year. We've seen too many matches between these two, and hopefully they move something big with John Cena, which I'll get to later on in the main event. But like I said, I'm liking with John Cena. He's adding more moves to his arsenal, which I can better appreciate more of his matches, which is a good thing too, because that was one of my major complaints with John Cena, was that he does the same moves, but now he's adding new moves to his moveset, which is good. Then we had a tag team match. We had the Wyatt family versus the Beard and the Best, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. This was a really good tag team match. I really appreciate Luke Harper. He's really good as a wrestler for a big guy too. That powerbomb he did on top of the turnbuckle against Daniel Bryan. He's overall a really good big guy wrestler. I really do like Luke Harper. Not that I don't really see much with Rowan, but Luke Harper is a beast. And I've seen some of his matches from the independent scene. He's really good. And Daniel Bryan and CM Punk actually won. And I was actually surprised because I thought the Wyatt family was going to go over. But the fact that Bray Wyatt didn't enter this match means that the feud isn't over. Because in the next pay-per-view, Bray Wyatt's going to have to wrestle. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt again. And, wrestle maybe CM Punk and Dan Bryan, or they get another partner and becomes a 6-on-6, or he wrestles one of them. But we got to see Bray Wyatt wrestle now. But overall, this was a great tag team match. They really work well together, these two teams, and yeah, it was good. I was surprised they were actually the second to last match. I thought it was going to be like in the middle of the card, but good for them. And then finally we had the main event, Randy Orton versus Big Show for the WWE Championship, and this match at all did not feel like a main event, people. It really didn't. I mean, I tried to get into this match, but it was a really boring match in my opinion. It wasn't really main event quality. They should have made John Cena versus Del Rio main event compared to this match. And I'm being serious. This was the only match that was a real letdown. And in the ending, it was weird because then the Authority came out with Kane, and then Big Show was distracted. RKO. He gets him with the punt kick. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton wins. And at the ending, though, John Cena appears, and he holds the world title like he's the real champion. And then we have Randy Orton holding the title as he's the WWE champion. So there's been a lot of rumors saying that it might be a unification match coming to WrestleMania, and that's something that could happen after this ending, which I think it makes a lot more sense because since SmackDown and Raw aren't separate brands anymore, because the fact that Raw superstars are going to SmackDown and SmackDown superstars especially go to Raw, what's the point of having two titles, you know? Especially since we all know the WWE title means a lot more than the world title. You might just have one world title overall, you know? Become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, something like that. Make a new name for the title. But that should be interesting, though. The unification match. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that John Cena and Randy Orton are the world champions, and we might get this match maybe at WrestleMania. But hopefully they do unify the titles because I think there needs to be one champion. But overall, I gotta say I did like this pay-per-view. Overall, it wasn't too bad. You know, the main event though sucked, which was a surprise. Wasn't really that much of a surprise because I know WWE wanted to invest more to big guys, but having Big Show and Randy Orton in the main event was not best for business in my opinion. But overall, I enjoyed this pay-per-view. I would say it was like a $35 pay-per-view, but overall it wasn't that bad. So let me know your thoughts down below, what you like about this pay-per-view, what you disliked about it. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you did enjoy this review and more videos that I do on this channel. Give the video a thumbs up and leave your feedback, what you liked about it, the best match, your thoughts on Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns especially. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace, and have a good day. Or rather, have a good night.